To start us out with our next unit, we're going to be looking at solving equations with exponents. This picture right here is a picture from the Harbin International Ice and Snow Festival, and it's held annually in, I believe, Russia. And they build replica buildings out of ice and snow, and it turns into this giant tourist attraction. They've got all these colorful lights. If you look at all this down here, these are actual people, so you can get a little bit of a concept for the size of the scale of this. When we're talking about solving exponential equations, we still want to use PEMDAS backwards. So first we need to combine any like terms that we have. Second, undo any addition and subtraction. Third, undo any multiplication and division. Fourth, undo the exponents. And a reminder, when we're talking about undoing the exponents, you're wanting to know what number times itself gives you that value. Here's our first example. 144 plus 256 equals x squared. The first thing we need to do is combine our like terms. Like terms are numbers that are on the same side of the equal sign and either both have variables, like both have x's, or neither has a variable. In this case, we've got 144 and 256. Those are like terms because they're both what are called constant values. So adding these together, that's going to give us 400. So I've got 400 equaling x squared. The goal of this is to isolate your variable to get x completely by itself. Right now I don't have x by itself, I've got x squared. The inverse, or the opposite of squaring something, is taking the square root. So to get rid of that x squared, we're going to have to take the square root of both sides. Remember, when we take the square root of something and we decide to take the square root, there's two different values, the positive value and the negative value. Because 20 times 20 is 400, but also negative 20 times negative 20 is also 400. So you can write that as 20 and negative 20, or you can write that, and I'm going to put my x on the left side here, you can write that as plus or minus 20. They mean the exact same thing. Example number 2, for this one, we don't have any like terms on the same side to combine, so we need to undo our addition and subtraction. So I'm going to start by subtracting 36 from each side. 36 minus 36 is 0, so those cancel, and I'm left with b squared on the left. 100 minus 36 is going to give me 64. Again, I don't care what b squared is, I want to know what b is. The inverse of squaring something is taking the square root. And since I took the square root, I'm going to need the positive and the negative value. So b is going to equal positive and negative 8, since 8 times 8 is 64. You have 9 homework problems for tonight. Make sure to have these ready to go and to talk about tomorrow. Have a great day.